Jared Roser here today with Justin Ibieta, standout across a wide range of sports, really a country day the last several years, and now getting ready to go start his college football career at Tulane. Justin, it's been such a weird, bizarre, and challenging 2020 thus far. How have you guys been doing over there, just kind of managing through it?
I've been doing fine. I just found a place, go work out, stay in shape, try to throw the football as much as possible with a couple of my friends. Just, it's been fun. I had a lot of free time. So
How how does it feel to be now at a point where you're actually getting a chance to? I mean, you're right there, ready to go get started at Tulane. You committed uh, over a year ago now, and finally get a chance to go in with this 2020 class and get to work here pretty soon. What's that like?
it's very exciting. Obviously, I've been looking forward to it for quite a while, and next couple of weeks we'll start getting ready to go over there, start working towards the season, and it's a really cool opportunity.
Some of the, I guess, some programs are starting to kind of slowly move in and begin some voluntary workouts here. It's just going to kind of vary, I guess, from program to program, exactly what the timeline looks like of what they feel like they can comfortably, safely get to at certain dates. Do you have much of a sense of what the outlook is for y'all, what day you're going to be on campus, and what kind of the first steps are going to be?
Yes, we had a meeting this past week, and I believe June 16th I'm gonna be heading over there. So it'll be different for each player depending on if they have to come from out of town or not. But I think June 16th.
You mentioned the different dynamics of whether you have to travel, get down here, or like you not take too far of a trip.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that came up a lot the tail end of the recruiting process for you. As you make the move over to Tulane, how excited are your parents, and how excited is your family that you're going to be not too far from home and they can come to all the games and all those things?
My parents are very happy about it. They're already have season tickets lined up, and them and then anybody around the city who's around Country Day, and everybody's just excited because they all tell me they want to see me play, and it'll be cool. And then the community, all the people I know, being able to play in front of them will be a very cool experience.
No doubt. And you guys have always had such good support there. I think when I came back south after a couple of years of working in Monroe and was starting work at NOLA.com, Tom's Picayune, Andrew Lopez and I very quickly realized, all right, so the Country Day fans are a little bit crazy just in terms of the passion that they have supporting those guys. And so I'm sure you'll see a lot of those folks out there in some green now on Saturdays.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me they're excited and they've already bought some tickets.
That's awesome. I definitely want to get into some more of the outlook for Tulane and some of the relationships you're having a chance to build with those coaches and players and everything. But while we're talking about Country Day, just looking back at the years that you have had there, both as a football player and basketball, baseball, and just, I mean, a student there growing up, what are you going to remember most? And I mean, what did that experience mean to you over the last several years?
First of all, the coaches that I've had, our basketball coach I've known since pre-K. He's a great guy. Our football coach, Coach Chango, too. He came in while I was in high school. He was awesome. And our baseball coach, I've known him since pre-K too. He's an awesome guy too. And just them three really taught me a lot. And then the success, basketball, we won 2 state championships. That was awesome. Football, we made it to the semifinals. And baseball wasn't quite as successful, but it's still fun.
Yeah, I want to see Coach McGuire out there at a Tulane game with his chest painted with your name on it or something, just going crazy in a front row at some point. I don't know what it would take to get that to happen, but I'm going to have to get in touch with Mike and tell him I expect him out there in full force.
I think we should work on that. Sounds great.
For you, the football side of things, I know that wasn't even necessarily when you got to high school what your outlook or plan was, and Coach Chango kind of worked on you and talked to you about the opportunity that could be there for you to come have football and potentially a big future in football. What was some of that like at an early-ish point in the process, middle school, 8th grade, coming into freshman year, just kind of working with him and realizing some of the potential that was there to play football at a higher level than you maybe necessarily had realized as a kid?
So through middle school, we had a different football coach, and our program wasn't too good, honestly. And I wasn't even looking forward. 8th grade year, I didn't even play football. I wasn't even going to play. And then Coach Chango convinced me to come out, try spring. And so my freshman year, we had a senior quarterback. He would teach me whatever he knew. Coach Chango would work with me. And so eventually, starting to get into sophomore year, I split time at quarterback with kid right above me, Christian Becknell, who ended up playing receiver. He was very good for us. And just through that season, I started to get better and better. And that year we lost the first round of playoffs. It was tough. But then coming back after that season, junior year, working the summer with Coach Chango, I got much more confident. And just the team started to think we could do something special that year. And that was a very fun year. We had a great season. And that's kind of when it was I thought I had a chance to play at the next level. And it was exciting.
Yeah, that I was about to ask you when it kind of clicked for you that you were going to have a chance to play football at a high enough level to not only make a difference for the country day team, but potentially set up a future in football beyond that. What were some of those areas that you and Coach Chango really focused on to kind of continue to progress you to the point where you got to, be one of the top players around certainly the metro area, if not the state, and become a college prospect and set yourself up for Tulane?
So he started obviously having me learn more how to read the progression in the play, what to do if the first option's not open. And then he'd watch film with me, really helped me know each team we were playing, and how they would play each defense. And that's really where it started to help, because mentally I was not where I needed to be to play quarterback at the next level. But he's helped me a lot with that.
Watching you too through the years, it's always been one of my favorite parts to watch you kind of evade pressure and just kind of the presence of mind that you have of where different pass rushers are and how the pocket's developing and your ability to kind of slide away and whether that turn into pick up some yards with your legs or just be on the move and find a receiver downfield still. For a guy that started high school not even necessarily sure if you're going to play football, where does that level of presence of mind come from, not only in terms of some of the stuff you were talking about with identifying things, reading defenses and whatnot with coach, but just some of that kind of seemingly natural sense of where folks are and how to navigate around them?
I really think that's from basketball, honestly, just knowing where people are and moving around you without having to look everywhere. And yeah, just it's kind of passing the ball in basketball, except just trying to avoid them.
Yeah. As you now turn to Tulane, what have been, obviously, you're still a couple weeks away from actually being on campus there, but what have been some of the communication, whether it be with the staff or with some of your other incoming classmates, just kind of getting ready for a mindset to take in the summer, or what it's looking like to get started and become an active part of this program?
So they send us a lifting and running program to try to keep up with as best we could on if we had weights or not to use. And then I've been on after I finished with our high school like requirements, I was able to get on Zoom calls with our offense coordinator and the other quarterbacks and like start to learn the offense as much as possible, learn as many plays. And so we've been steadily working at that.
How's some of that been going? Just starting to pick up the offense a little bit more and getting to know some of the older quarterbacks that much better. I mean, how have you felt about kind of the early stages of that process?
It's been cool. It's a little difficult to do it online, I'd have to say, but it's helping. I'm starting to get some of it, and the other quarterbacks they help. They're not anything that I don't understand. They'll be fine to like just help me out, let me know like what's going on, and there's some good guys in that room.
That's great to hear. And for you growing up right there, and I mean having probably as much an opportunity to see some of what that program has looked like the past few years under Coach Fritz and that staff as really anybody because of being so close. What's been your takeaway from watching the last year or two of Green Wave football, seeing some of the things Justin McMillan and those guys on offense did? I guess as you had a chance to watch them and what you were getting yourself into in terms of the way they were playing, what stood out?
Certainly they were throwing the ball more, and that's exciting. And the success they've had, it just makes it that much more exciting to show up to a program that's getting better and wants to just continue to climb, do as well as they can every year.
For that fan base that's eager to see you guys get out on the field this fall, what's kind of, I mean, folks by now know you guys. You've been signed for months now, and they haven't had any sports to watch the past couple months. So I'm sure they're digging in and trying to watch some highlights and get a chance to know all the new guys. But any kind of big message on just mindset or outlook that you feel like this 2020 class is coming in to add to that program?
Everybody in the class is obviously excited to join the program, and we want to just be able to help out the team as early as we can, get on the field, and hopefully be successful, like as a group.
There you go. Long awaited, both for you getting to this point after being committed for so long, and I know everyone's anxiously awaiting the opportunity to get back to some sports. So, again, he's Justin Ibieta, incoming freshman quarterback at Tulane and now former Country Day star. Justin, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.